Okay. Hello, everybody. Who is, yeah.
Okay, so let's,
Hmm?
today we are going to share our ideas about the passage from Act 3. And today I am in the role of questioner, or how to say, questioner, discussion director. And I would like to start from the question: how has Macbeth character evolved in Act 3 compared to Act 1 and Act 2? What motivates his actions and choices in this act, guys? Can you just compare the beginning character of the Macbeth, then what happened in the second and the third?
Who wants to start? I can start, okay.
Okay,
So,
I can start.
okay, go, Rahman, and then I will.
Hello, everyone. I am the literary luminary. So in this scene, what happens is actually given the literature, as we see the text, now the fear of Macbeth is actually in the scene one, starting from his own friend, Banquo. And the fear from his own friend is now leading him towards another, actually, toward another disastrous decision, which we can see in the next scenes. And in the scene one, actually, here is now worried about, because of the visionary, actually, ideas shared by the three witches. Now he sees Banquo alive beside him, and he sees him as a threat, and his progeny, even his children, who will then take over the kingdom from him. So this is initially now another worrisome thing for him in the earlier scenes of this Act 3.
I also want to add, that the character of Macbeth changed because at the beginning we see that very like courageous person who comes from the battle, and we see another person, and his character changes during the Act 2 and Act 3. I think the critical point was that killing the king Duncan, and after that I think he kind of lost his mind because of the power, because of the idea of being a king, and he could see that he became a king in just like in easy way, just a moment, and then it like kind of, how to say, messed or his mind, or how to say this, he felt the power of himself, and then he see that nothing will happen, no one will like know about that, and then he want to take this power and keep it, so he started another actions, so he started killing other people who are the caution for his power, I think. Yeah, and then I will.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, of course, Aizhan. I wanted to also add my 2 cents here. If we compare the act and the character as he showed in Act 1 and Act 2, he thoroughly changed Macbeth. His action, he started show his another face, another violence face that allow him to do bad things, more and more harsh things. For example, he tried to ask in order to he tried to do harsh things in order to keep the position, queen position, not to lose it. And even though we see afraid him for the sake of not to lose this position, he start killing. He find the only thing through killing and to distort all the people from throne.
Okay. So, and here I would like just to continue with Act 3. What is the general atmosphere and emotional state of Act 3? How does Shakespeare build up this kind of anticipation, uncertainty, and how does this impact the audience?
Yes, here you mean the Macbeth's behavior in front of the guests. Am I correct, Zeinep?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as we see, you know, here the level of guilt actually rises, and psychologically, the text shows and the acts also show that he feels so guilty, while he is not willing to kill, was not willing to kill his friend, but he has already somehow, you know, killed him. And as it shows in the picture actually behind you in your screen as well as in my screen, we have put this. It shows that, you know, somehow the ghost has appeared in front, ghost of Banquet has appeared in front of him, in front of the guests, and he is just imagining that, you know, his friend who was just murdered moments later, he is among the guests.
Yeah, Banco. He's
You're
the ghost of Banco.
yeah,
Banco.
Banco, yeah, Banco's ghost. And then the fear and the way he reacts, actually, all the guests remain perplexed, and they just see this kind of weird behavior, where, you know, the reaction from Lady Macbeth starts to ensure that the guests do not understand it. It means that the
Yeah.
level of actually guilt is very high here.
Yeah, I agree, Rahman. Okay. Does anybody want to add?
No, the same
Okay.
idea, yes.
Sorry.
Yeah,
It
it's a
in the
kind,
scene,
yeah, some
on
kind
the
of
scene two
paranoia.
part.
I
Yeah.
can say that it has a kind of paranoia, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeinep, as a vocabulary enrich, I want to add something here.
Yeah.
Because I want to share my screen. Wait a second.
It's work.
Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Oh, okay, sorry. Now, yeah, as a vocabulary enricher, I find interesting word as bestowed. So we can find it on the Act 3, Scene 1. We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parasite, filling their hearers with strange invention. So, oh, not this. So sorry, it's marrowless. So thy bones are marrowless. So he says that it means like it's interesting to how the Shakespeare used the word, because marrow, it means the bone. It's in bone. It's something something soft fatty substance in the cavities of bones, and in which blood cells are produced. So, and Shakespeare compares the marrowless, so he used this word as like physical absence of someone, of the person. And so Banco's ghost is compared to the marrowless, thy bones are marrowless. And so that's why I here I want to show this word, like and the synonyms of the marrowless, it means like peaceless, lastless, sinuous, strengthless, and how to say it, unmodulated. So Banco's ghost is compared to the someone without the marrows, and that's why here I want to use it. And I should I say all the words, or when it's appropriate I can come back to the words?
No, continue. It's okay. Continue.
Oh, okay. And also I found interesting the word bestowed, as I read before. So it's something presented as a gift or privilege, given or conferred. So when it was mentioned about the children, sons of the Duncan, when they bestowed themselves in England to the England king, here is the visualization. You can see here. So it means some kind of entrusted, given, granted, and the antonyms are like deny or keep or refuse. And I found interesting pictures of the two birds talking about it. So visualization is here when they bestow themselves to the king or queen, and so on. Another word that caught my attention is pious rage. Actually, pious, it means having or showing a dutiful spirit of reverence for God, so very religious something. And rage, you know, that very like being angry or fury, violent anger. So, and the use of two things, like pious rage, was in Act 3. So in pious rage, the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep. So it means like when the Macbeth like heard that two slaves killed the king, then he in his pious rage killed two servants. I mean, not slaves, sorry, servants. And it was interesting for me why, like, mustn't like should the religious not like teach us not to kill, and but they here say that it's okay in like in pious, in religious rage to kill somebody, so it is okay. And it's like how we say oxymoron. The word was, for me, it was strange. And another word is malice. So it means the intention or desire to cause harm. So like willing to kill or something. So she'll close and be herself whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. So, as you can see here, if someone wants to like make a harm to anyone, so it means malice. And the antonyms are kindness, friendliness, friendship, love, sympathy, and the antonym or synonyms are evil or bad blood, something like this. Venom. I like the way how the Shakespeare uses the words, because at the first side it means like it looks like why that did he use this, but then when I started researching, and then I found that like all the words are in right place. Another word that I really liked, that was rebuked. It means express sharp disapproval or criticism of someone because of their behavior or actions. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. So here he says about, do you remember about whom he was talking about?
Is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's.
He was talking about Banco when he said he how to say оправдывает, justify his willing to kill him as like being rebuked by him. So he's expressed his he expressed sharp disapproval because of him. And he it's interesting that he compares himself and Banco to Mark Antony and Caesar. And so here, as you see here in the picture, the antonym is praised, and the other words, synonyms are like reproved, admonish, and so on. So here are the words. I put it in our Google document, then you can look for it more careful.
Thank you, Jo.
Yeah.
Okay. Rahman, the floor is over to you. You are muted.
Yeah, continuing the scene, as we see all the vocabulary is explained by vocabulary enricher. The text becomes more interesting in every scene. Especially, I liked the text where the killers, the murderers discuss, that they do not have fear about killing, and then all of them or somehow they have lost interest from the world. They do not have any interest in the world at all, and they say that they are not afraid of even any kind of inquiry about them. They have been mistreated, and then they don't care, and there is a willingness from their side to just kill Banco. and just murder him. But when actually they just do not succeed to kill him and just kill his, they don't succeed to kill his son, because both of them supposed to be killed in the scene, while just Banquos asks his son that fly means you have to just run away. And this way, actually, in this scene, he runs away, and then when the murderer actually informs them, the Macbeth, then the fear is there, and then there is another challenging life starting for him. Where we a little bit previously has talked as well about, even he was just imagining to see the soul of Banquo coming to him, appearing in front of guests and all that. So these are actually the main challenges. So anyways, it leads to death, and then in the next scenes 5, 4, and 6 that we see, it continues, and then Banquo's son also goes and looks for joining the English army, and here also, instead of actually the killing finishes, while actually Macbeth initially seems to be having the willingness to end the war, here to end the killing by killing Banquo and his son, because there will be no further anticipation for him to just, according to the text as we see, he does not, he sees this as the final actually murders, and then there will be a peaceful kingdom. But this does not happen, and then it causes a new bigger war for him. And now in the final scenes here, we see that Macbeth has a willingness to prepare for the war. There is no other option, despite all the the way you said, Feronia, and the situations he created psychologically for himself. Still now there is a willingness for a bigger war, and he was preparing for it.
Yeah.
Some kind of civil war.
Yes, as Rahman also mentioned, in the Act 3, actually, the big ideas is starting in discussion or conversation between the murders and Macbeth, and nowadays, as we reflect and text the world, in this point, we can see during history or during nowadays. Most of higher position people, they are start how to say, killing someone in order to take the position, and in order to live in a good life. And after that after that, when they see there's no any way go to go back, and to go back and to solve all the problem that they did, and the only things is left, as we see, as we text they just in order to hidden the event, or in order to not in order to hidden this situation, they start killing people, they start worrying, afraiding people, in order not to talk to someone, in order to in order to hidden the evidence. And yes, in this in Act 3 also, Macbeth starting killing the people who are knowing about the evidence, and who are his Sapirniki, how to say,
Rivals.
and yeah, he start fighting, and from this from his not thinking, from his not thinking action, there start appearing new problems and new evidence in the act and in the world also, as we see people start killing, and they are not reflecting on how to what extent it bring all the problem and all the challenges in their life. Yeah.
consequences. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like violence creates violence. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, violence creates violence. Also, I would like to talk about supernatural disease influence, how
Yeah.
witches and their prophecies continue to influence in Act 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way we see in the Aizhan's actually a photo
Oh,
behind.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
here what happens somehow actually here Macbeth is now ignoring Lady Macbeth. The future plans is
Yeah.
not informing us. We see somehow now there is little bit of even if we see distrust maybe or something, but the plans for killing and the war and everything else, he just plans it with the three witches. He discusses with the witches and um, I don't know how whether we could say that this there could be just this interference of this supernatural beings, you know. Anyways, it shows that there has been somehow by these witches. Maybe we can, as a connector, you can elaborate what else can be done. This is what at this Act 3 finally ends with all this kind of uh, ignoring a little bit Lady Macbeth and referring to
Yeah.
the witches and then planning for a war. While this actually all is the ambition for power. If we see this as a connector point of view, the
Yeah.
way actually um, Amro mentions that his willingness for power and his desire for power is not allowing him to think differently
Yeah, to
and
think back.
just yeah.
Our ambitious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't mind, I have found very, very interesting. I don't know if it's interesting, but you see, I would like to share. Look at it.
Mm.
Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, more likely Lady Macbeth.
Yeah.
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 Interesting name, huh? Macbeth.
Yeah, as Professor mentioned, you shouldn't just mention the word Macbeth because it means something bad will happen. Now I understand why, because they think that this is a kind of Macbeth, or it brings some kind of
Macbeth.
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Interesting
Okay.
things, huh? Please don't
Mhm.
believe it, okay? Psychology
Oi.
and human.
Yeah, I'm so lucky that I don't believe for that. No, if it was in Russian and in my Kyrgyz language, maybe I will just take it to my heart. But I'm lucky that this is in English and it's not just how to say influence on me. It's totally
No,
not influence on me. Maybe because I'm not very into English
yeah.
language. Maybe I'm not sure.
English supernaturals do not have any impact on Russian ones.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, that is why. Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Because when we talked about Macbeth, Professor was very shocked. Do you remember? Did you notice, Rahman? He said, "What?
Yeah.
Macbeth?" Something like that. Yeah. Do you know that?
Yeah.
What is it? Something like that. But we don't care.
Yeah, it's okay. The
Yeah,
sand.
it's okay. Look at yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Do we want to discuss anything else? We have
I think
already.
if we see this from this a little bit more, if I had from just power and ambition point of view,
Yeah.
yes, we see that the more powerful humans become, the more actually blind they become. The blinder
Yeah.
they become. They, here even the closest friends. You see the closest friend with whom he fought all the wars. He won all the wars with his help. Even with his help, he became the king, but finally, even he could not remain loyal to him. Uh, and that's why, actually, if we see this even in today's world, politics, power, ambition, does not have any permanent friend. You
Mm,
see,
Yeah.
there is
yes.
no
Yeah,
permanent
of
friend.
course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course, Rahman. Also, we can see, for example, between not only people but between countries also. If the one side country is the political is normal, the not the political, the situation is normal, they start taking his position, and the other, and if it is worse, they change totally their side and go to another side, and they are starting fighting their good places, not to think about the person or the countries, but about their own how to say home their mm, manfaat
yeah, home benefits, maybe benefits.
benefits, yes, benefits.
Yes,
Yeah, I agree. Even
yeah.
his wife, he didn't trust his wife, not only his
Yeah,
friend.
start losing his
Female gender
yeah.
was losing her role, you see.
Yeah, gender just, how to say, started losing her power. It's power, yeah? It's power because you know, the power, the person to power ambitions it is even more than the power
And
of,
the reason could be, you know,
because this is the
he
human
was
hair.
now regretting because she was the one pushed him to this situation.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
now she maybe thinks, the Macbeth thinks that she might be the one who caused all this, and I want to end this now without her consultation.
Yeah,
This could be
without
the
her
reason, we
consultation.
don't know.
Yeah, so the conflict and the play going even further, inevitable, so for some kind of conclusion,
Yeah.
yeah?
Mm.
Okay,
It continues toward the preparation for war, and let's see now in the next act that what happens. For now, what we know is there is a preparation for war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
thank you for all your coming. Thank you for our third
Thank
discussion,
you.
third discussion. So we are in Act 4, finally.
yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you for good discussion. Goodbye.